A developer collapses, owing $80 million. Let's have a look. Hello everyone, Florian here, and welcome to another episode of HeiseSays. Grab your stein of coffee because we're going to have a look at an article which is highlighting another developer that has collapsed, this one owing $80 million to a variety of different creditors. And in Queensland, once again, guys, the construction apocalypse really is rearing its ugly head. And, well, when's this going to come to an end? And will it be any time soon? That's the question I put to you. So, a major building developer goes under owing creditors $80 million. Now, here's the thing. The big developer goes under. They owe $80 million, but it just trickles all the way down to subbies and people working for builders that are working for this developer. So it can get real messy. You can have mum and dad businesses that may have everything on the line for a big project, thinking, yeah, we're working for a big firm, it'll all be okay. A major development company has gone under, owing creditors in Queensland an eye-watering amount of money. The development company behind a massive Gold Coast project has called in administrators, leaving creditors owed about $80 million. Nerang Street, which is developing the $500 million Queen Street Village at Southport, has been impacted by funding issues on top of dealing with the COVID-19 pandemic, according to The Australian. Robson Cotter Insolvency Group said unsecured creditors were estimated at $40.8 million, including construction firm Tomkin, which is owed $16.2 million. Now, I know Tomkin, they're a good firm, and they're an unsecured creditor. This is the problem when you work in construction. Most of the time, you're an unsecured creditor, so you're giving businesses credit for all the work for the fees for the work that you do. And you're last on the list. The directors disclosed the main reason for the company's financial circumstances include a change in property market valuations, inability to meet funding arrangements, and prior to that, the general impact of the COVID-19 pandemic, a report to creditors said. Secured creditors are owed $43 million, including $22 million to Hutchinson's builders. So that means, hopefully, they'll get it back. Collier said it was under the instruction of the mortgage exercising power of sale to sell 3 adjoining sites totaling 5,401 square meters. Nerang Street creditors will meet next Tuesday to decide whether to liquidate the company or arrange a deed for company arrangement. The first stage of the village recently opened with the Super IGA supermarket, Dendy cinemas and other retailers. Nerang Street is just the latest Australian construction firm to face major financial difficulties in recent months. Yeah, this is why I'm calling it the construction apocalypse. And this is why I'm going to once again bring up this little chart here to show everyone how the government came to the rescue. You got the RBA cutting rates. You got 3% considered emergency. It went down to 0.1. So if the RBA rate, the cash rate, climbs up to 3%, don't be surprised at all. If anything, we should probably plan for that. You've got Home Builder, guys. It brought construction project work forward, particularly in the residential sector. Now you're thinking, okay, that may not affect a big builder or sector like this, but it's going to put pressure on trades. It's going to put pressure on materials. Because the plasterboard you use in a residential project, it can be the same you use in a commercial job. 10 mil standard is 10 mil standard. Unless you're going posh, go 13 mil. Anyway, the home builder grants, up to 88 grand. 5 and 2% government guaranteed loans. Fortunately, they capped the number at 10,000. We haven't gotten as stupid as America. We don't want that to happen here in Australia, everyone. We need to push, to educate, and to help people understand that the government just juicing up demand isn't going to make housing more affordable. It's not. It's just there to buy votes and make people feel like the government can do something. If they really wanted to make housing more affordable, they'd do everything they could to open up supply. You've got negative gearing. It's part of our culture. And then the super withdrawals as well. But don't forget, and this is the one that really worried me, was the keeping of the zombie companies alive, allowing businesses to trade while insolvent. And, well, we'll see. So they're talking about Art Struct in Brisbane collapsed owing $2 million. What else are we looking at here? Yep, we'll keep going here. And dozens of other companies. What are the other ones? Oracle Building went down owing $14 million. Condev and ProBuild, big names, went under. We've got Solida Homes, Waterford Homes, Affordable Modular Homes, Statement Builders. And this isn't a all-inclusive list that they're showing here. These are just the articles that news.com have written about all of these builders. And one thing that I always notice, they always emphasize the overheating, the supply chain issues, labor supply issues, home builder build, but not really much of an emphasis on the overheating of the market due to government stimulus, which is home builder. They're not really calling that out so much in these articles. Or the fact that we've got a situation where builders are required to sign particular contracts, fixed price for consumer protection. But the danger is you get in this situation where inflation just goes insanely high. And we haven't really had high inflation in living memory. And, well, these contracts and these relationships are not suited to deal with it. How can it? It's just a mess. So anyway, let's have a bit of a talk about this one, guys. Another one, bit the dust, $80 million. And you've got to understand, that's work for a lot of these people would have already been done. So for me, an architect, my work is all digital. We'll do drawings, and my costs would be staffing costs, rental costs for office space, which I've cut now, and I've cut staff as well, software, equipment costs, rental costs of that, and electricity. And then maybe a bit of stationery and discretionary costs and those type of things, and fit out and that stuff. Fit out's kind of a capital expense. But the thing is, I'm not like a tradie who's going out on site and putting up a wall of cladding or funding the copper wiring going through a building or putting in new toilets. So they're going to be people, and it'll trickle all the way down, even from these big projects, to the little subbies that'll cop it. And they'll be the unsecured creditors. Hopefully Hutchies is secured, gets the money and pays their subbies out and takes care of them. Hopefully we'll see that happen. But it's going to be tough times ahead, guys. Let me know what you think. Like, share, subscribe to the channel. Check out my other channels, HeiseBim and HeiseSays International, for other content I create. If you want to support us, there are a few ways you can. Financially on YouTube or Patreon. Use our referral links at Amazon, eBay, Independent Reserve or AussieBroadband. Buy our Pocket Squares, or call us if you need an architect. Take care, everyone. Have a great day. I'll see you in the next episode.